The Azure Cloud sect has gained a stunningly beautiful junior sister. She captivated all the sect's disciples, leaving them utterly disoriented. Every disciple in the sect turned into a groveling simp. They frantically offered their own cultivation resources into the junior sister's embrace, more diligently than they'd make offerings to the founding patriarch, while the entire sect crowded around the junior sister, constantly finding new ways to shower her with resources. I kept my distance, avoiding the junior sister every day, sneaking off to secluded spots to cultivate in secret. I couldn't afford to mess with a woman like that, a player in the cultivation world. But the junior sister still set her sights on me. I slapped my palm down right here. If you dare disturb my cultivation again, I'll chop you up and feed you to the dogs. My name is Lai Machin. I'm the 6th disciple of the Azure Cloud sect master. Years ago, my master brought back a baby girl from beyond the mountains. After instructing us to take care of her, he left the sect to wander the outside world. The junior sister's name is Liu Ruyan. After the master brought her back to the sect, she became the only female disciple. As she grew older, more and more disciples flocked around her. Today is the junior sister's 18th birthday coming-of-age ceremony. The senior brother gathered the sect leader's 6 personal disciples to celebrate the junior sister's birthday. These top-tier simps of Liu Ruyan must have prepared plenty of goodies for her. I wasn't really keen on going, but then I thought, watching these guys put on a show wouldn't be half bad. After all, in all these years in the cultivation world, I've been focused solely on cultivation. Today's a rare bit of fun. When I arrived at the main hall, my 5 senior brothers surrounded the junior sister in a circle, and the junior sister, Liu Ruyan, was smiling sweetly at them. Liu Ruyan's features were delicate, a rare and stunning beauty. Faced with her peerless looks, several senior brothers wore expressions of huge-like wisdom, vying to outdo each other in flattery, and she thoroughly enjoyed this feeling of being the center of attention, like the moon surrounded by stars. Seeing me enter, Liu Ruyan's face lit up with joy. He stepped out from the crowd, walked up to me, and said, "6th senior brother, you're here." I quickly stepped back, wearing a look of utter disgust. Seeing me act so standoffish, a flicker of displeasure crossed Liu Ruyan's face, but it vanished quickly. 6th senior brother, the senior brothers have prepared so many gifts for me. Do you have a gift for your junior sister? Hearing the word gift, the senior brother, all excited, immediately walked over to the junior sister's side. From his inner realm, he produced a round, full pill, faintly emitting a soft white glow. Junior sister, this is the white feather pill I spent 81 days refining. Junior sister is now at the golden core stage. This white feather pill, also known as the golden core pill, can enhance your aptitude, making your cultivation smoother. Liu Ruyan took the pill. Wow, it's actually the white feather pill. Thank you, senior brother. Senior brother, you've worked hard. Fei Yanyan instantly showed a foolish, infatuated smile. No trouble at all, no trouble at all. As long as I can help the junior sister, it's not the least bit hard. Liu Ruyan, with a graceful air. Thank you, senior brother. If Ruyan achieves success in cultivation in the future, I will definitely repay the senior brother. Junior sister. This is a sword I forged from the ribs of the golden core demon beast, wind cloud tiger, and 1,000-year-cold iron. Its name is Han Yan. With it, no one within the golden core stage can harm you. Liu Ruyan stored the pill in her storage pouch, took the sword, and looked at Chuan Mindui with tearful eyes. As expected, she looked at the double-headed turtle with tearful eyes. I remember refining the Han Yan Tai is extremely demanding. It requires blood essence infused with cultivator's cultivation to smelt. You've really worked hard. You've really worked hard. As long as it's for you, a little bit of cultivation is nothing. What is this meager cultivation worth? Your tears are my pearls. If even one falls, my heart aches to death. Never lose my pearls. Let them shine within your heart. I rolled my eyes at that. Inwardly, I thought, aren't I just that? 1,000-year-cold iron is a nascent soul-tier material. If 2nd senior brother uses it to refine a golden core 7 artifact, how could it not be invincible? 3rd senior brother, Black Roaring Tiger, also stepped up. He was the only one in the sect who didn't follow the path of the 100 billion immortal cultivators. He was a pure sword cultivator. Among the 5 top simps, I most wanted to see what gift he would bring back for Liu Ruyan. He took a wooden box from his bosom. My spirits lifted instantly. In the cultivation world, no matter what it is, as long as it can be stored in the inner realm, it can't escape the label of a mere dwelling. But what 3rd senior brother held was definitely not a dwelling. The moment he opened the box, I was stunned. Not just because of the Dao-seeking stone inside the box, but because of 3rd senior brother's simp condition. Liu Ruyan's face showed a hint of unease, but it was quickly suppressed. A stone? Ruyan, this is no ordinary stone. Out of a million stones, only one such Dao-seeking stone appears. It can autonomously absorb the spiritual energy of heaven and earth, transforming the surrounding environment. Senior brother, this gift is truly thoughtful. Liu Ruyan hugged Black Roaring Tiger's arm, her face full of stars. Third senior brother must have spent a lot of time finding this stone for me. Thank you, third senior brother. As long as Junior's sister is happy, no matter how hard it is, senior brother will get it for you. At this moment, fourth senior brother, Jingnan, also came forward. Senior brother's gift may not be as good as third senior brother's, but it's the most suitable for little Junior's sister, he said. He took out a long dress from his inner realm. The dress was a light blue overall, with flowing light at the hem. The entire dress seemed shrouded in a certain power. This is a custom-made dress I ordered from the Jade Maiden Pavilion. On it, I've engraved 10,000 formation arrays, which can protect you from a full-force strike by a nascent soul cultivator, leaving you unharmed. Combined with second senior brother's longsword, you can even kill a nascent soul cultivator across levels. Hearing this, tears welled up in Liu Ruyan's eyes again. Thank you, fourth senior brother. You all treat me so well. Ruyan will cultivate diligently in the future, and won't let down the expectations of my senior brothers. Seeing Liu Ruyan's tears, Jennan's face was full of heartache. We don't seek your repayment. As long as you're happy, that's enough. Fifth senior brother Tang Yumao pushed Jennan aside, working up to Liu Ruyan. Little Junior's sister, take a look at senior brother's gift, he said. Everyone turned to look at Jingnan. He took out a token. I recognized what Tang Yumao held in his hand, a Sect token, and such a token, often connected to a small cave heaven. If such an item were thrown into the cultivation world, it would stir up no small storm of blood and rain. This is a small cave heaven I won from the Lord of White Cloud Tomb while playing chess. The cave heaven spans 50 miles in radius. I had someone build a small pavilion for Junior's sister, and carved a giant spirit formation. Junior's sister can cultivate within it. Senior brother is truly thoughtful. Then her voice trembled, as she gently caressed each senior brother. You've given me such wonderful gifts. Ruyan is truly overjoyed. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters. Everything we've done is worth it. Then he looked at me. What about sixth junior brother? Have you prepared a gift for Ruyan? Seeing everyone turn to me, of course. Thank you, sixth senior brother. I knew sixth senior brother dotes on Ruyan. I cleared my throat. I've prepared 30 million for Ruyan. 30 million spirit stones. I've long heard that sixth junior brother is wealthy. Truly, the reputation is well deserved. I give this to Junior's sister. May you be happy forever. I've long heard that sixth junior brother is wealthy. Truly, the reputation is well deserved. I send you off, Junior's sister. I wish you all the happiness in the world. Please stay healthy. Please be happy. Sixth junior brother, what do you mean by this? Today is Ruyan's birthday, and you brush her off like this? Liu Ruyan put away her embarrassed expression. Senior brother, please don't be angry. Ruyan has never asked for much. If sixth senior brother is willing to give me such blessings, I am still happy. Upon hearing this, Chuan Mingdu's eyes filled with heartache. Junior's sister is truly too considerate. I rolled my eyes. A bunch of lunatics. With that, I left the hall. The others also dispersed in discord. In the days that followed, my senior and junior brothers, in their efforts to please Liu Ruyan, all acted as if possessed, pouring their cultivation resources straight into Liu Ruyan's hands. Watching them, I only thought they had all gone mad. I resolved to keep my distance from them. Ever since I crossed over from Earth, nothing attracted me more than cultivation. In my eyes, stepping on a flying sword, tearing through the clouds, forming sword seals with my hands, and killing from 1,000 miles away, these were far more beautiful than all that love and romance. So while Fei Yangyang used every trick to refine golden pills for Liu Ruyan and seventh elixirs, just to boost the junior sister's cultivation progress, I sat atop the mountain peak, sensing the world's spiritual energy. While Xuan Mayan Du used high-grade materials to forge low-grade magic tools to give to the junior sister for self-defense, I honed my skills in secret realms. While Hai Zyro Hu scoured the world for beautiful trinkets for the junior sister to decorate her pavilion, I searched the mountains for immortal herbs and spiritual medicines, and so I cultivated for 30 years, until no matter how I breathed in spiritual energy, my cultivation would not advance. I stopped cultivating. This situation meant I was about to break through the nascent soul stage and achieve the divine transformation stage, but I had no clue how to break through to divine transformation. Master spent all his time wandering outside the mountain. At first, there was still a nascent soul, elder in the sect who managed our daily needs and taught us cultivation. But that elder, who had passed away centuries ago, could not answer my questions. The rest of us had always cultivated by figuring things out ourselves. Before, I could ask those senior brothers for advice, but now none of them had broken through to divine transformation. Asking them would be futile. Besides, they were now completely focused on Li Ruyan, with no mind for me. I had also searched the scripture pavilion for insights from divine transformation cultivators of our sect, but they were utterly useless to me. After pondering for a long time in my cave dwelling, I decided to seek out the dean of the White Cloud Academy. I flew on my sword to the White Cloud Academy. Fellow Taoist Lai, long time no see. Fellow Taoist Lai, has the Azure Cloud sect made any big moves lately? The senior brothers are hoarding materials everywhere. What's going on? How am I completely unaware? Could it be for Li Ruyan? The senior brothers, trying to please Li Ruyan, are searching the world for materials. How could I speak of such a disgrace? As for so-called big moves, they just one-upmanship. I had to brush it off. From the White Cloud Academy Dean, I learned that this beast is called the Rain Tiger, the embodiment of the world's wind. From birth to death, it lives only a single day. The Rain Tiger, embodiment of wind, this would greatly help me break through to divine transformation. Rain Tiger, I must find it. Using the power of wind to break through to divine transformation, I arrived at the 10,000 Great Mountains. Every day, I roamed the mountains, constantly releasing my divine sense to feel the living beings around me. This search lasted 33 years. I found a rain tiger on a western slope. When I sensed it, it had just been born, only able to hop on the ground. By the time I flew to its side, it was drinking water by the river. His body was about the size of an adult house cat. I tried to scoop him up from behind. Unexpectedly, his body dissolved into a wisp of smoke. Then it reformed not far away. He tilted his head and looked at me, warily eyeing this stranger before him. I released a thread of spiritual energy from my fingertip. He was quickly drawn to its scent. Slowly, he approached me, absorbing the spiritual energy I released. His body would sometimes expand, sometimes shrink. This was his body absorbing spiritual energy. Once he could absorb it on his own, he would no longer dissipate. Then I could take him back to the Venerable's meditation hall. I set up a barrier around us to prevent other beasts from barging in and disturbing the process. In the end, it took 9 days to stabilize his form. A new connection formed between us, one stronger than blood ties. I returned to the sect with the Rain Tiger, intending to fetch some materials from the storeroom, and to deposit the spirit herbs I had gathered in the 10,000 mountains into the storeroom. As I reached the storeroom door, Li Ruyan's voice came from behind. Li Ruyan noticed the Rain Tiger perched on my shoulder, her face lighting up with surprise. Senior brother, long time no see. Her eyes were fixed on the Rain Tiger on my shoulder. Wow, senior brother. This little tiger is so cute. Can you give it to me? This is a Rain Tiger. Where did you catch it, junior brother? Though the Rain Tiger is rare, if Junior's sister wants it, you should let her have it, junior brother. Open your mouth, and it's a demand. Reach out your hand, and it's a request. How can you be so shameless? I said, full of disgust. If you want one, go find it yourself in the 10,000 mountains. Hearing my words, Li Ruyan was stunned at first, then burst into tears. I'm sorry, senior brother. I didn't know it meant so much to you. Well, now you know. Take your lackey and get lost. Junior brother, why are you so aggressive? It's just a Rain Tiger. Is it really more important than Junior's sister's happiness? Give the Rain Tiger to Junior's sister, and I'll compensate you with this. So saying, Chuan Mindui produced a pair of orbs from his hand, one red, one blue. These are the latest magic treasures I've refined. The Demon Orb and Spirit Pearl. They can fight on their own, no less than a spirit pet. I glanced at the 2 balls Chuan Mindui had pulled out. A look of utter disdain on my face. Magic treasures at the Golden Core stage. It seems in Chuan Mindui's eyes, I'm still a low cultivation corpse, not even having broken through to the nascent soul stage. Didn't you say, senior brother, that you'd give me this treasure? When I reached the mid-Golden Core stage, I let out a cold laugh. HMPH. Before I left the sect, Li Ruyan was already at the Golden Core stage. Now, 33 years have passed, and her cultivation hasn't advanced an inch. Chuan Mindui's expression darkened. He had given all his possessions to Li Ruyan, leaving nothing to trade with me. It's fine, junior sister. I'll refine an even better one for you. Hearing this, Li Ruyan's face showed concern as she looked at Chuan Mindui. That would be too much trouble for you, senior brother. I don't want this little tiger anymore. Don't strain yourself refining new treasures, senior brother. For you, junior sister, everything is worth it. Chuan Mindui's spirit soared, hand over the Rain Tiger. Now, I let out a cold laugh. HMPH. If you want to curry favor with this waste, go do it yourself. What kind of still is it to discuss me here? Chuan Ming Dui flew into a rage. The power of the early nascent soul stage burst forth from him. You're asking for it. He threw a punch at me. Liu Ruyan stepped in front of me. Senior brother, don't fight. Don't let this ruin your bond because of me. Double-faced turtle redirected the direction of his punch, striking the ground with one blow, but Liu Ruyan was still sent flying by the full force of the wind, falling to the side. Double-faced turtle looked panicked, cowardly running toward Liu Ruyan. Junior's sister, are you alright? Junior's sister, are you okay? It's all this senior brother's fault. Helping her up. Feeding her a medicinal pill. This is a jade farce pill. Take it and you'll be fine. Liu Ruyan's face was pale, her voice weak. It's all my fault. If it weren't for me, you and sixth senior brother wouldn't have fought. I didn't really want that tiger. I just wanted you to talk to me. Junior's sister, you're hurt this badly because of me. Don't you have anything to say? Given what just happened, even an ordinary mortal wouldn't have been injured. Psycho. He raised his hand and blasted the two of them away. I opened the storeroom door, but the sight before me struck me like a blow to the head. The once fully stocked storeroom was now completely empty. Where are my things? How is there not even a single hair left? Just then, a gust of wind blew by, carrying a single ginseng root whisker. My face darkened. I thought of one possibility, and only one possibility. Everything in the storeroom had been given by my senior brothers to Liu Ruyan for her cultivation. I let out a light sigh. I couldn't help but marvel at my senior brother's bootlicking tendencies, and also at how poor Liu Ruyan's talent was, so I could only work out. A bootlicker ends up with nothing in the end. Then I arrived at the World Commerce Guild in Azure Cloud City, wanting to purchase materials for my breakthrough. The World Commerce Guild was a venue for transactions between cultivators. It was co-founded by me and another extremely wealthy senior cultivator, bringing me tens of millions in temporary income each year. I worked into the guild and showed my credentials to the cultivator at the counter. The cultivator bowed respectfully. What would you like, sir? Help me set up a grand formation that can conceal heavenly secrets. A set of defensive grand formations at the nascent soul level. One breakthrough pill. One clarity pill. All of the highest grade. Take the cost from my account. No need to be frugal. I brought the items back to my residence, arranged the formations around me, woke up the rain heaven tiger sleeping on my shoulder, gave it an order to play on its own, while I observed its movements and mindset. 10 days later, I seized that sliver of opportunity for a breakthrough, took the pill and began to charge toward nascent soul, just as I had settled into meditation not long ago. Double face, turtle brought Liu Ruyan near my cave dwelling, pointing at a piece of meat in his hand, his expression bright. Junior's sister, the rain heaven tiger, loves the scent of this roasted meat the most. Senior brother has a method to dissolve blood essence, without harming the spirit beast. We lure the rain heaven tiger out, you sign a blood pact with it. Even if junior brother finds out, it'll be too late. Senior brother, isn't this wrong? What's there to fear? Just think of it as compensation for making junior's sister cry. 7 days later, I successfully broke through to nascent soul. Spiritual energy surged like a tide into my body. I felt every limb and bone resonate with heaven and earth. My soul flickered like a revolving lantern, viewing my entire life from a third-person perspective, clarifying many questions that had troubled me for a long time. Hidden by the grand formation, the nascent soul phenomenon didn't attract anyone's attention. I used my divine sense to inspect my inner world, and felt the power of the nascent soul. Opening my eyes, I found that the rain heaven tiger, which should have been by my side, was gone. And at that moment, a blood essence, a special energy, transmitted through the rain heaven tiger into my body. I immediately understood what had happened, then used spiritual power to disperse that blood essence, and ordered the rain heaven tiger to return. But after a long time, the rain heaven tiger still hadn't come back, so I worked out of the cave dwelling, and released my divine sense outward. Sensed the position of the rain heaven tiger, at the main peak, outside Liu Ruyan's cave dwelling. Fei Yan Yan. To give Liu Ruyan a better cultivation environment, he had Liu Ruyan move into the main peak, which only the sect master could occupy. I took a step forward. The scenery of the deep province shifted. My figure instantly appeared at Liu Ruyan's cave dwelling. Yu Tianyu stood in the courtyard at that moment. His body had swelled to the size of an ordinary old cow. He was locked in a stand with a red pearl in the sky. Liu Ruyan trembled behind the twin soft turtle. The blue pearl transformed into a beam of light, protecting the two of them. The twin soft turtle had lost one arm, his face pale. Sixth senior brother, hurry up and make this monster spit out second senior brother's arm. Wait, I understand now. It was Yu Tianyu who had swallowed second senior brother's arm. I quickly walked over to Yu Tianyu and told him to spit out that filthy thing. Hurry up and spit out the arm. A lick dog's arm. Eating it will kill you. Hearing my words, Yu Tianyu's form dissolved into mist, then returned to the size of a normal cat. That arm also fell out of the mist. Along with it fell a piece of deer meat. I instantly understood what had happened. I picked up that piece of deer meat and looked at the two. Liu Ruyan, you actually took advantage of my seclusion to trick away my spirit beast? What do you mean, asterisk your asterisk spirit beast? This spirit beast doesn't even have a blood bond. It's clearly a masterless wild beast. What's wrong with me capturing it for Juna's sister Ruyan to contract? Just then, the other four senior brothers also arrived from afar. Seeing the twin soft turtle's severed arm, Fei Yangyang's expression turned somewhat grim. What happened? I saw this rain heaven tiger on the back mountain. It had no blood or on it, so I thought it was an ownerless spirit beast. I asked second senior brother to help me capture it. Two would have thought this rain heaven tiger would suddenly go mad and bite second senior brother. Sixth senior brother came, but instead of helping us, he claims it's his spirit beast and accuses us of stealing it. Fei Yangyang reached out through the air and took the severed arm, then reattached it to the twin soft turtle. The other senior brothers were furious. Junior brother, you've gone too far. Junior's sister is truly pitiful. Senior brother will surely get justice for you. The twin soft turtle, now with his arm reattached, regained color in his face. Between him and Yu Tanhu, there is a contract even more binding than blood oath. So it was because he hadn't activated the blood orc that the rain heaven tiger went mad. Lai Machin, do you dare to fight me at the Azure Cloud Summit? If I win, you will dissolve this contract and give the rain heaven tiger to Junior's sister. Originally, I planned to leave directly, but Xiao Hu's provocation instantly ignited a nameless rage in me. Fine. Then everyone arrived at the Azure Cloud Summit. This was a minor cave realm that the master had obtained from a rogue cultivator. Inside were 5 inverted mountains. Since the space was small and had no other use, the master turned it into a venue for sparring within the sect. After entering the Azure Cloud Summit, Liu Ruyan's eyes brimmed with tears as she spoke to everyone. Senior brothers, this is all Ruyan's fault. Please don't fight each other for Ruyan's sake. Ruyan only asks that you all stay safe. She didn't say this before, but now that they were at the Azure Cloud Summit and a fight was unavoidable, she chose to speak up. Truly sickening. Junior's sister Ruyan, don't be afraid. Senior brother cannot lose. Just watch closely. After I win the Rain Heaven Tiger, I'll personally protect you in meditation, so you can contract it. Senior brother kept saying he would take my Rain Heaven Tiger. But if senior brother loses, what can he give me? Har 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 har. If I lose, I'll give you this Guan Rai Jing Han sword. But, junior brother, how can you possibly win? Xiao Hu had stepped into the nascent soul realm 300 years ago. He had always been called the strongest of Yuanying. Unfortunately, he met Liu Ruyan. In all these years, his cultivation had not advanced an inch. He didn't even know I had broken through to the incarnation stage. Two senior brothers took the junior sister to watch the battle. Xiao Hu's expression was relaxed. Everyone, watch as I, Xiao Hu, test the waters for my junior sister. With this rain falling, after Tanhu and the others went to the viewing seats, Xiao Hu suddenly drew his sword. The sword aura was magnificent, like a waterfall. The powerful sword aura compressed the surrounding air, making it noticeably thinner. Then, thousands of sword strikes rained down like a storm. If it were an ordinary painting spirit cultivator, they might have suffered a loss under this move. But I would not. I swung my arm forward, and the boundless sword aura instantly dissipated. Meanwhile, my own aura surged higher and higher. The presence of a painting spirit was unmistakably revealed. I pointed into the void, and directly above Xiao Valley, a massive lunsword took shape. Its overwhelming momentum forced Xiao Hu to his knees in the ground. It stepped straight toward Xiao Hu's face. Just as the lunsword was about to strike Xiao Hu's face, I held back. Xiao Hu had lost all will to fight. Then I waved my hand, and the lunsword dissipated. The other senior brothers also snapped out of their shock. You've reached the painting spirit stage. When did this happen? Why was there no sign at all? Upon hearing the words painting spirit, a glint of golden light flashed in Liu Ruyan's eyes. I paid no attention to them. I pointed into the void, and the Guansan Changhan, which lay beside Xiao Hu, flew into my hand. I stroked the blade. Truly a fine sword. Too bad its master is a waste. I took the Guansan Changhan. This sword matched my cultivation attribute. It was of no use to me. After I left, no matter what method Xiao Hu tried, he could not pull the Guansan Changhan from the ground. Ever since I revealed my incarnation stage strength at the summit of Qingyan, Liu Ruyan had been pestering me every day. Although my cave dwelling was surrounded by many formations that could keep Liu Ruyan out. After cultivating for a while, I would go to the Worldly Merchant Guild to collect some cultivation resources. At such times, Liu Ruyan would follow me. Although an incarnation stage cultivator was much faster than a golden core, I didn't dare leave Liu Ruyan behind. If Liu Ruin were killed outside the sect, those senior brothers of mine might do something to me, especially Xiao who, if Liu Ruin died, he would definitely come knocking. Although I didn't take them seriously, dealing with these nuisances was a waste of time. After collecting my cultivation resources at the guild, I returned to the sect. Liu Ruin kept calling my name outside the cave dwelling. The cave had a soundproofing formation. I had no idea how she'd get her voice through. I stepped out of the cave. Liu Ruin hurried forward. In her hand, at some point, she held a steaming porcelain bowl. Liu Ruin was overjoyed to see me. Senior brother Machin, you're finally out. Not long after you left the Worldly Merchant Guild that day, someone brought this ice feather chicken into the guild. Learning that this ice feather chicken was also quite beneficial for incarnation stage cultivation, I bored it and simmered it for several days. Please, senior brother, try this ice feather chicken soup. I didn't look at the soup. Instead, I stared coldly at Liu Ruin. How did you get your voice through my soundproofing formation? It was second senior brother and fourth senior brother. They refined this item together. Just inject spiritual power and speak into it, and the voice can pass through the soundproofing formation. I silently gave a thumbs up to Xuanming Dui and Zhennan. Their understanding of artifacts and techniques was indeed top-notch in the world, but they didn't use it for the right purpose. Then I released a sword art and shattered that jade pendant. I ignored Liu Ruin from then on, and returned to my cave to continue cultivating. Return to the cave dwelling and continue cultivating. In no time at all, Liu Ruin's voice came again. I worked out, and saw her smiling as she took out a second jade pendant. I knew you'd shatter that one, senior brother. So I had him make a few extra. Senior brother, drink this bowl of soup before you cultivate. While cultivating, think of Ruin's kindness to you. It will double your results with half the effort. I thought to myself, no wonder, the senior brothers all fell for her tricks. Truly a master of schemes. What business do you have at my cave dwelling? If you're after the rain tiger, then please turn back. That tiger's bond with me is sealed in dark hole. No heavenly thief can break it. Ruin doesn't actually want that tiger. Seeing it that day brought me some joy, but I offended senior brother Mu Chen. Today I came specially to apologize. As she spoke, she leaned her body toward me. Furthermore, there are some parts of the cultivation technique I don't understand. I hope senior brother Mu Chen can enlighten me. This junior sister would be most grateful. Just as her body was about to touch mine, I slapped her across the face. Several life-saving artifacts lit up at once. Even so, Liu Ruin spat out a mouthful of blood as she hit the ground. If you dare disturb my cultivation again, this slap won't just shatter a few artifacts. After that, Liu Ruin indeed dared not approach my cave dwelling again. But whenever I stopped cultivating, she would hover close by. Whenever I encountered confusion in my cultivation, I would go to a riverside path behind the Sect's back mountain to think by this small road. That day, when I arrived, Liu Ruin and Black Roaring Tiger were chatting by the river. Seeing Liu Ruin, I hardly tried to leave, but Liu Ruin came up to me. Senior brother Mu Chen, you're here too. Third senior brother is about to seal this river and place it in my small cave heaven. Just then, Black Roaring Tiger also came to Liu Ruin's side. Then you go with him and take care of that. I'll return to cultivate. Hearing this, Liu Ruin quickly grabbed my hand. Senior brother, you rarely come out. Would you like to visit my cave heaven? The flowers and plants in my cave heaven are very beautiful, and there are heavenly wonders the senior brothers captured for me. With so many male disciples in the sect, why must you disturb my cultivation? How could they compare to you, senior brother? In Ruin's eyes, there is only senior brother. Does senior brother not wish to have a deeper exchange with Ruin? Before she finished speaking, I punched Liu Ruin, a fierce whirlwind, blasting Black Roaring Tiger back. The trees carved a jagged, deep pit into the ground. Inside the pit, Liu Ruin lay on the ground. That top-rated defensive artifact from the Southern Sun Dynasty was also shattered to pieces by this punch. I told you. If you dare disturb my cultivation again, I'll make you before I finish. The second punch was already before Liu Ruin's face. Liu Ruin at the bottom of the pit hadn't expected me to strike so decisively. Her eyes were full of terror. A round blue stone appeared before Liu Ruin. It was clearly a spirit pearl refined from a twin-shelled turtle. It transformed into a shield, and above my head, a red stone appeared, flying toward me. The third punch came down. Though the shield blocked my fist, the spirit pearl shattered as well. She didn't die. Truly tenacious. Seeing Liu Ruin still alive, I threw a fourth punch. The whirlwind, carrying dust and debris, smashed toward Liu Ruin. A jade pendant at Liu Ruin's waist lit up, forming a barrier. My fist couldn't break through this barrier. Then I summoned a sword and slashed fiercely at Liu Ruin. The powerful sword energy carved a deep gash into the ground. The sword energy neared the barrier, leaving only a crack on it. 3 more strikes needed. This life-saving artifact refined by second senior brother is truly formidable. If it were leaked out, countless people would fight over it. A powerful sword energy came from beside me, so it was Black Roar. At this moment, his cultivation seemed to be on the verge of a breakthrough. I swung out a sword strike. This strike was in no way inferior to my nascent soul stage self. I looked at Black Roar Tiger with a spirited gaze. Let's see how many more strikes third senior brother can unleash. At this moment, Black Roar Tiger's face was pale, as if he might collapse at any second. Clearly, unleashing this strike had drained most of his spiritual energy. Don't bully the little junior sister. Senior brother Mu Cheng, if you strike me, I am willing to bear it. I brought these life-preserving artifacts, just so senior brother Mu Cheng could strike me. It's fine, senior brother Mu Cheng keeps striking me. Li Ruyan, who was in the pit, actually said something that made me feel utterly disgusted. Hearing this, Black Roar Tiger's face was full of disappointment. At this moment, I sensed that my other senior brothers were rushing over here. Once they arrived, things would become much more troublesome. Then you keep an eye on your little junior sister. Don't let her disturb my cultivation. I just want to rest properly. I don't want to deal with this matter, so I didn't linger any longer. With that, I turned into a streak of light and flew toward the cave. Li Ruyan shouted my name from the pit. Senior brother Mu Chen, don't go. Strike me a few more times, so I can feel your guidance, senior brother. At this moment, Black Roar Tiger had recovered some of his spirit. He walked toward Li Ruyan in the pit. Li Ruyan looked at Black Roar Tiger. Her eyes held a hint of anger. Junior sister, it's all because of that arrow of yours. Otherwise, senior brother Mu Chen wouldn't have left. Black Roar Tiger's face darkened. You keep calling him senior brother Mu Chen. After how he treated you, you still defend him like this. What part of me, Black Roar Tiger, is inferior to him? Only then did Li Ruyan realize she had lost her composure in front of Black Roar Tiger, afraid of failing to keep me hooked, and losing Black Roar Tiger, this devoted follower. She walked up to Black Roar Tiger and took his arm. Third senior brother, are you alright? Ruyan is sorry to you. That day, Lai Mu Chen humiliated you so badly. I wanted to avenge you, but my strength is too low, so I could only pretend to get close to him, to find a chance to vent your anger for you. Senior brother is too useless. If senior brother were stronger, then junior sister wouldn't have to suffer humiliation. It's alright, senior brother. Lai Mu Chen has bullied us like this. Let's find a way to drive him out of the sect. With my nascent soul stage cultivation, I could see all of this clearly from afar. Seeing the sinister look in that woman's eyes, I resolved to hold nothing back. I sent my flying sword shooting toward the two of them. A flash of light passed. Li Ruyan's abdomen was pierced by the flying sword. The flying sword carried Li Ruyan, crushing her into tree roots. Trees. Sword Kai continuously corroded Li Ruyan's body, and a ring on her hand continuously released green light to repair Li Ruyan's body. I recalled the flying sword. Li Ruyan's body fell to the ground. Her eyes were full of terror. Even this didn't kill her. How many treasures did they give her? I stopped thinking about their matters. I went alone to the Worldly Merchant Guild. Among the recently acquired items, I saw a sword. A long sword, pure white throughout. I took out this sword. I still hadn't found a suitable sword for myself. It turned out to be the sword that Chuan Mo Gui gave to Li Ruyan. How did it end up here? And although this long sword wasn't the best fit for me, it was still far better than my current flying sword. I purchased some materials, and asked a raffiner to raise the sword's grade to the nascent soul level. 10 days later, I returned to the sect with the sword. In front of my cave dwelling, I saw a jade green ring. This was the ring that had kept Li Ruyan alive when I pinned her to the wall before. This artifact was the life's work of that uncle master to forge the Xuan Mayan Gui. But it was given to Li Ruyan by Xuan Mayan Gui. I picked up the ring. Wear it on your finger. The ring automatically adjusts its size. It fits perfectly on my finger. Even for most nascent soul cultivators, it's a fairly decent treasure. Li Ruyan gave it to me with a smile. Behind her were her fellow disciples. He pointed at my ring. That's my Konkui ring. How is it on senior brother's hand? No wonder I haven't seen him for days. So it was taken by you, senior brother. I suddenly understood. Li Ruyan had pulled off a frame up. He stared at the ring on my hand. His eyes slightly red, face full of grievance, as if he would burst into tears any second. Third senior brother, fifth senior brother. This is the Konkui ring that second senior brother gave me. He was stolen by sixth senior brother, you thief. How dare you steal junior sister's treasure? Hand the thing back to little junior sister now, and maybe we'll consider letting you off. I sneered with a trace of blood. Which of your eyes sees this as the Konkui ring? This is clearly life pure embrace. Li Ruyan, what an ugly name. This is clearly my Konkui ring. The ring even has the words Konkui on it. I raised my hand to look, and sure enough, I saw the two characters Konkui. I turned to Li Ruyan. Then the question arises, on what basis did you engrave Konkui on my life pure bracelet? Li Ruyan was stunned by my question. You're just quibbling. This is my Konkui ring. How dare you steal a fellow disciple's magic artifact? Just then, Chuan Mindui also arrived on his sword. Seeing the ring on my hand, he flew into a rage instantly. This is the Konkui ring I gave to Junia's sister. How is it on your hand? Second senior brother, you're finally here. Sixth senior brother, stole my magic artifact and won't admit it. Since second senior brother also says it's the Konkui ring, then you, junior brother, have indeed stolen Junia's sister's thing. According to sect lore, you must be expelled from the sect. I glanced at my inner realm and confirmed I was indeed at the nascent soul stage. Then let's see if you have what it takes. At my words, everyone attacked me. I summoned my Lunsword. The snow-white blade instantly drew everyone's attention. You didn't just steal Junia's sister's ring, you stole her sword too. How dare you bully Junia's sister like this? We absolutely cannot let you off today. Seeing the sword in my hand, Liu Ruyan was clearly flustered, but quickly put on a ruined expression. I never thought sixth senior brother would be this kind of person. I'm so disappointed. I was getting annoyed. How tiresome. With a single sword strike, I didn't hold back. I knocked everyone except Liu Ruyan to the ground. A life-saving artifact blocked that blow for him. I swung my sword at Liu Ruyan. The sword ore was devastating. It sent his body flying like a leaf, crushing into a distant mountain. But from afar, I saw Liu Ruyan wrapped in a protective artifact, not seriously harmed. I ignored the rest. I returned to my cave dwelling to cultivate for a few days. Later, I planned to go to the trade association for some cultivation resources. When I stepped out of my cave, 4 senior brothers led 20 or 30 golden core disciples and surrounded my dwelling. Junior brother, you've repeatedly used your nascent soul cultivation to attack and injure Ruyan and stolen her magic artifact. Even if I wanted to protect you, I can't anymore. According to sect rules, you should abolish your cultivation and be expelled from the sect. Hearing this, I looked at Fei Yanyan in disbelief, wondering how he dared to say such a thing. Senior brother, do you know what my cultivation level is now? You're at nascent soul now, so what? And what cultivation do you senior brothers have? We're all at nascent soul too. So what? And these junior brothers? Golden core, so what? I slapped the senior brother once, and his life-saving artifact shattered on the spot. Tang Yumao quickly stepped in to support Liu Ruyan. So what? I'm a nascent soul cultivator, and you're all a bunch of useless trash, with your primordial lamp and paper thin golden cores. You think you can cripple my cultivation? Did you eat too many pills and start hallucinating? Finally, as a nascent soul cultivator, I was at a disadvantage. Someone tapped me on the shoulder. It was my master, King Yinzi Wuchen. Stop this. His wandering is over. He's returned to Jianan. I withdrew wuxia. Respectfully, I bowed to my master. The others also rose to their feet. Fei Yanyan. I remember 100 years ago, you were at the peak of nascent soul. How is it that after all these years of cultivation, you still look like this? Mu Chen started cultivating 300 years after you, and he's already entered the nascent soul stage. To answer Master's question, these years have been guiding my Junia's sister in her cultivation, and helping her refine pills. Back then, even someone with Zirpin's spiritual root can enter my Qingyan sect now, and become my disciple. I remember instructing you, if he had talent in cultivation, take him as a disciple. If not, at 18, give him a sum of mortal money and send him out of the sect. It's not that my Junia's sister is alone and helpless in the outside world. I just couldn't bear it, so I took the liberty of keeping her. The master worked up to Fei Yanyan, staring at him intently. KKK. This is the real deal. Oh my god. This is way too handsome. Nonsense. Under heaven, there are billions of living beings. Is she the only one who's pitiful and alone? Indeed, Jiangnan is the one who puts me at ease. All of you are here causing trouble, while he's the only one focused on cultivation. I had a good eye for that kid back then, master, senior brother, and went to the 10,000 great flashes to capture a spirit beast. Har 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 har. The 10,000 great flashes can temper one's cultivation. If you find a suitable spirit beast, it can also serve as combat power. Look at yourselves. Your cultivation has been wasted to such a state. Learn from Jiangnan and Mu Chen. Let me have some peace of mind. The master turned his gaze to Liu Ruyan. A flicker of panic passed through Liu Ruyan's eyes. Oh, forget it. Keep her. At least she's a golden core cultivator. But I don't want disciples with poor talent. Too embarrassing. I'll pass her off to my junior brother. Finally, the master stripped Liu Ruyan of her status as a direct disciple, and kept her within the sect. The master inspected the sect inside and out. When he saw the scene in the warehouse, he nearly died of rage right at the warehouse door. He immediately summoned all the resources, and demanded to know where they had gone. When I rushed to the main hall, over 100 disciples of the sect were standing outside the door. Liu Ruyan looked somewhat flustered, peering into the hall. Where did all the materials go? That much material is enough to sustain a large sect. Over 1,000 years of cultivation, and you lot, less than 200 people, squandered it all in 100 years. The sect's accounts are even in the red. All of you are mute now. Where did the things go? If you can't tell me, I'll find someone to make you torque. The master sat on the sect leader's throne, his face filled with anger. Below knelt I, and those 4 senior brothers, their heads bowed in silence. The pressure fell heavily on the senior brother's shoulders. Master, please ease your pressure. I know where those resources went. Those resources were all given to Liu Ruyan by the senior brothers. What? That's unjust, master. These resources were not squandered by us. It was Lai Muchen. We cultivated for centuries without breaking through to nascent soul. He broke through so quickly, he must have used the resources from the warehouse. Chuan Maiyingdui shifted all the blame onto me. The several senior brothers didn't say a word, as if they tacitly agreed with this explanation. At that moment, I felt a murderous intent toward Chuan Maiyingdui. Called that Liu Ruyan over. Liu Ruyan walked into the main hall. Seeing the scene, Liu Ruyan immediately knelt to the ground. Are you saying she spent all those resources and only reached the peak of golden core? Liu Ruyan's lack of talent truly exceeds my understanding. Junior sister, I didn't find you Tanhu, but I found a way to attach your blood concubine to a person. Let senior brother be your spiritual dog. In this life, senior brother will only be your spiritual dog. After Jiangnan entered the main hall, he saw a flicker of panic in the master's face. His voice grew softer and softer. Hearing this, the master flew into a rage. The powerful spiritual energy shattered the seat beneath him into pieces. Seeing Jiangnan's reaction, the master already understood the whole story, having spent so many spirit stones of the sect. Now, whether I kill you or expel you, it's all useless. The master's voice turned somewhat low. His eyes, filled with disappointment, swept over the senior brothers. Wu Chen, use your authority from the World Commerce Guild to transfer a batch of resources to fill the treasury. Their cultivation cannot be interrupted. I'll go out to write some spirit stone IOUs to repay you. I've been writing IOUs everywhere these days. During my 33 years in the 100,000 mountains, I also managed to gather quite a few resources. I'll put those into the treasury. The World Commerce Guild is a partnership I started with someone. The sect doesn't need to repay my share. Master only needs to pay half the cost. After the master acknowledged with a sound, I felt that in that instant, the master seemed to have aged greatly. His figure dissipated as he left the sect. I paid no heed to the senior brothers. From this matter onward, my bond with them was severed. After filling the treasury with the items, my senior brothers did not restrain themselves. They still poured all the resources toward Liu Ruyan, causing the sect's cultivation resources to deplete extremely quickly. That day, the dean of the White Cloud Academy relayed a message about a demonic cultivator. Disciples, since a late-stage nascent soul demonic cultivator has arrived in Qingyan continent, do not leave the sect recklessly. That demonic cultivator was originally a Buddhist disciple. Decades ago, he was dragged by an old swordsman to listen to 3 days and 3 nights of sermons. Restlessness stirred in his heart. He obtained a heretical cultivation technique, fell into demonhood, and roamed across various continents. He excels at refining cultivators into puppets. Only after learning this news did I immediately leave the sect and head to the temple where the demonic cultivator had previously trained. Seeing me arrive, why are you here too? Just visiting the Buddhist temple, without a means to restrain him. As long as this demonic cultivator remains uneliminated, I won't have a single day of peace. After leaving the temple, I returned to the sect. An incident had occurred at the sect. The cultivation resources for the sect's disciples were insufficient. Without cultivation resources, all the disciples, including the senior brothers, could not afford to give gifts to Liu Ruyan, and Liu Ruyan, having received no gifts, was full of resentment. So that very night, Liu Ruyan withdrew spirit stones from the sect's account, led a group of sycophantic disciples out of the sect, and headed to the World Commerce Guild in Qingyan City to purchase resources. That day happened to be the mortal world's Lantern Festival. The streets were filled with lanterns, and dragons and fish danced through the sky. Whether it was riddles or acrobatics, for those who had grown up in the sect, it all held an irresistible allure. Liu Ruyan was captivated by these sights. She entrusted the task of procuring supplies to her followers, while she wandered and played among the crowd. When I returned to the sect, the other disciples who had gone to procure supplies had long since returned. Liu Ruyan had not yet come back. Upon learning the news, Fei Yangyang rushed out in a panic. After I learned of the demonic cultivator's whereabouts, I immediately headed to Qingyan City. In a small alley in Qingyan City, I found traces of Liu Ruyan's aura. The demonic cultivator could hide his aura from me, but Liu Ruyan could not. She was merely a small golden core cultivator. Following the aura left by Liu Ruyan, I pursued it to a cave. Inside, I discovered Fei Yangyang and Liu Ruyan trapped within a formation. Fei Yangyang stood in the formation, his eyes blazing red, holding Liu Ruin high above his head. His body trembled slightly. A bald-headed man looked at them with a strange expression. He was clearly an outdoor demon cultivator. Why is there another one? What are you to them? Are you also going to trade your life for theirs? They are my senior brother and junior sister. I'm not here to save them. I'm here to capture you and take you back. The demon cultivator tossed out a pile of broken artifacts. How amusing. There were over 20 of them. Your sect must be real wealthy. A disciple with a low-grade spiritual root actually has over 20 life-saving artifacts. And that senior brother of yours, is he out of his mind? A mere nascent soul dares to stand before me, and divine transformation cultivator, and point fingers at me. Then he pinched his throat and said, "Hey, you bastard, let my junior sister go. Take me instead and turn me into a puppet. I'll trade my precious life for little junior sisters. Does he think I am someone who only refines one at a time? Har 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 har. I'm a demon cultivator. I can refine 100 at once without breaking a sweat. Har 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 har. After I captured them, your junior sister was crying and saying, I don't want to be washed with him. It really made me laugh my head off. Look. This senior brother of yours, the power refined on top of the Dharma seal was a bit weak, so he lifted your junior sister up and said something like, dying together with you is also a blessing. What a fool. Part. Tahar. They won't die. By sunrise tomorrow they'll be turned into my puppets, for me to enjoy. It's been so long since I've seen such a handsome young man. With that, he waved his hand. A massive ghostly hand flew toward me. The ghostly hand was shrouded in black mist. From within the mist, one could hear the sound of crackling flames. Seeing the ghostly hand flying toward me, I did not dodge. Instead, I took a scroll from my bosom and unfurled it before me. The scroll emitted a burst of golden light. The moment the ghostly hand touched the golden light, it was directly shattered, and the scroll sat an old monk, tapping a wooden fish and chanting sutras. The sound of the sutras emanated from the scroll. This was something I had the Dean paint an image of an old monk chanting sutras. The sound of these scriptures could draw out the Buddhist heart of a Buddhist cultivator. The demon cultivator across from me was in great pain. Golden light radiated from his chest. The golden light took the form of a seated Buddha. The righteous power of the Buddhist heart suppressed the demonic power within his body. I pulled 2 chains from my storage pouch. One pierced through the demon cultivator's collarbone, preventing him from smoothly channeling his spiritual energy. The other bound him tightly. I put away the scroll. If I ever run into a demon cultivator who was once a monk again, after this Dharma seal shattered. Liu Ruyan and Fei Yangyang successfully broke free. Thank you, senior brother, for saving me. I knew you still cared about Ruyan in your heart. I stepped back several paces to put distance between us. Don't misunderstand. I don't want to save anyone. It's just that this demon cultivator preys on both men and women. I was afraid he'd attack the mountain gate and expose me. Then I had a second thought. One sword strike would cut down Liu Ruyan. Liu Ruyan would surely die. A golden light shielded Liu Ruyan from behind. An old monk stood within it. He was clearly the demon cultivator's master. Benefactor, do not be so heavy-handed with your killing intent. He came here to take this demon cultivator back to the temple for confinement, and persuade him to return to Buddhism. Liu Ruyan, having narrowly escaped death, hid behind the old monk, not daring to look at me. This old monk, who seemed to be a former Buddha, kept staring at me, afraid I might suddenly kill Liu Ruyan. After the senior brothers arrived, Liu Ruyan threw herself directly into their arms, her eyes full of tears. The several senior brothers' faces were filled with heartache. Bring Liu Ruyan back to the sect. Completely ignoring Boiling Sheep, who was still unconscious. After Boiling Sheep woke up, I left. So many foolish things. Junior sister, would he hate me for hearing this? The spiritual energy within my meridians also stirred slightly. Senior brother, if you break through to the nascent soul stage, junior sister will come to like you. She'll pester you every day until you're annoyed. Kate, that's right. If I become a nascent soul cultivator, I wouldn't have ended up in such a mess today. I could have saved my sister easily. With that, he transformed into a streak of light and flew toward the sect. Back to Boiling Sheep after his dream, he immediately went into seclusion to break through to nascent soul. I entered the sect's library and found a few books about ore and destiny. The description of a child of fortune didn't match Liu Ruyan at all. No, how could he survive 3 of my full force attacks? It's too unreasonable. I immediately decided to strike at Liu Ruyan a 4th time, but before I could go kill Liu Ruyan, Boiling Sheep emerged from seclusion first. Vast spiritual energy swirled before his cave dwelling. This was one of the signs of successfully breaking through to nascent soul. I arrived at Boiling Sheep's cave dwelling. By then, quite a crowd had gathered there. Liu Ruyan was accompanied by Zhenan. Not long after returning to the sect, Denon had fulfilled his wish and become Liu Ruyan's spirit insect. A pillar of light shot up, scattering the vortex of spiritual energy. Boiling Sheep had successfully broken through to nascent soul. After he worked out of his cave dwelling, Liu Ruin rushed forward in a single stride, throwing herself at Boiling Sheep. Seeing Liu Ruin lunge at him, Boiling Sheep's body vanished instantly. Liu Ruin hadn't expected Boiling Sheep to react like that. Unable to stop herself, she fell forward. Zhengnan played his role as a spirit pet perfectly. Just as Liu Ruin was about to hit the ground, he lay down and courted her steadily. Boiling Sheep paid no attention to Liu Ruin. Instead, he bowed to me in thanks. My good junior brother, that day in the demon cultivator's cave, your clear insight allowed me to finally see Liu Ruin's true face today. Safety department. Zhang Liu Ruin said this little woman forged the stone gate. It seems the life flashing before his eyes after breaking through to nascent soul made Boiling Sheep see the truth. I wonder what Ruin did wrong to make senior brother treat me like this. Brother Zhu, just say it out loud. Why expel Ruin without any clear reason? The other disciples of the sect seemed to have lost their minds, standing protectively in front of Liu Ruin, even threatening that if Liu Ruin was expelled from the sect, they would leave as well. Wherever Liu Ruin went, they would follow. How many disciples want to defect in Toval? They've all been mad. Other than you and me, all the disciples want to leave. I tried to kill Liu Ruin before, but every time, he turned misfortune into fortune. Let's join forces. You hold back the fellow disciples, and let me eliminate Liu Ruin. This time, he won't escape even if he grows wings. Boiling Sheep's expression turned a bit strange, but he didn't want to go so far as to kill Liu Ruin. Is there a way to have the best of both worlds, senior brother? Since senior brother can't bear to kill, then let those people leave. They just a few golden core and nascent soul cultivators. Boiling Sheep showed a troubled look. His indecisive nature made me somewhat angry. Just then, shouts came from outside the gate. After Boiling Sheep and I worked out, senior brother, back at junior brother 6's cave dwelling, we were forced to submit under the pressure of the nascent soul realm. Now that you've also reached the nascent soul stage, you should uphold justice. They brought up junior brother 6 violating sect rules twice, and said he should be expelled from the sect. Yes, senior brother, Liu Ruin chimed in. Senior brother, you must stand up for us. Big senior brother used to treat me well, but ever since he spent time alone with 6 brother, he's been ignoring Ruin. It must be 6 brother who spoke ill of Ruin. That made big senior brother dislike Ruin's calmness. Senior brother, you must not believe his slander against Ruin. Senior brother, you've been too deeply misled by junior brother 6. You are no longer considering the sect's future. You should hand over the authority to manage the sect. I'll take out the common seal and review it. Tell them their practice level has improved again. They actually managed to withstand a nascent soul attack. Not a single trace left behind. I channeled all my spiritual energy into the sword, gathering it in the sky. A vortex of sword energy condensed in the air. A massive cyan green sword slowly took shape. I swung the lunsword in my hand downward. The giant sword in the sky followed, descending. Sword energy raged against the light barrier. The light barrier shattered, and the white lunsword in my hand broke into pieces. Senior brother, are you still refusing to see the truth? It's precisely because of your indecisive nature that 6 junior brother acts so recklessly. Hand over all sect affairs, big and small, to Ruin to manage. He will surely do better than you, right? Let Ruin take charge. The sect will surely improve. The sect will improve under Ruin. Liu Ruin's eyes burned with tears. Thank you, fellow senior brothers, for your trust. Ruin will definitely make the sect better and better. I will not betray your trust. What are you laughing at? What's so funny? It's all because of you that the sect has become a mess. Stealing from your junior sister, and trying to harm her multiple times, and you show not a shred of remorse enough. Hearing this, I put away my smile. My eyes were filled with killing intent. Cyan green spiritual energy surged around my body. Senior brother, are you serious about this? If you are serious, then this junior brother will have to play along seriously. With that, all the spiritual energy around me converged toward me. I pointed forward. Thousands of sword beams condensed in the air. Thousands of sword beams charged at him like wild horses breaking free. Junior brother, go back and cultivate first. I'll handle things here. Using the technique of shrinking the earth to an inch, I returned to my cave dwelling. I picked up a teacup and began to drink. The phosphorus tea brewed by Boiling Sheep is actually not bad. Not long effort, senior brother. The matter is settled. Boiling Sheep worked in. His expression was somewhat grim. They've gone mad. Is there really no other way? There is one way. But I joined the sect late, and I'm not too clear on some sect matters. Why is our Azure Cloud sect only ever recruited male cultivators? Boiling Sheep explained the reason for only male disciples. It turns out that 1,000 years ago, the Azure Cloud sect suffered a generational gap. The entire sect was left with only 3 people. One was our master. One was Yunyin, the master who taught us cultivation. And the other was Bai Yunzi, who taught us immortal cultivation. The master traveled every day. Bai Yunzi wrote books every day. The task of recruiting disciples fell to Yuan Yin, but Yuan Yin had once been mocked by a female disciple in the sect, so he never recruited female disciples. So it wasn't that the sect had some special need, it was just that the uncle simply didn't want female disciples. Then that's easy to handle. Azure Cloud Sect disciples haven't seen a woman's shadow in centuries. They react even to a soul, let alone someone as naturally beautiful as Liu Ruyan. Senior brother, I transferred all the resources I could take from the World Commerce Association, and had the association spread the news that the Azure Cloud Sect is recruiting female disciples. Will it work? As long as they can defeat any male disciple of the Azure Cloud Sect, and are a rogue cultivator, they can join the Azure Cloud Sect. I had Boiling Sheep stop supplying resources to the sect's disciples over 10 days ago. When female rogue cultivators began arriving at the foot of Azure Cloud Mountain, we issued a notice. If anyone can defeat a challenging female rogue cultivator, they will receive 10 times the resources. The sect's disciples were all highly motivated, but their already scarce resources had all been given to Liu Ruyan. This left them inferior to the rogue cultivators in both cultivation and combat strength, so they lost one after another. Seeing this, we released a third notice. Members of the same gender within the sect can challenge each other. This left them lacking in both cultivation and combat prowess, compared to rogue cultivators. Thus, they were defeated one after another. Seeing this, we issued a third notice. Members of the sect of opposite genders may challenge each other. The victor can obtain cultivation resources. Thus, the male disciples within the sect began endless challenges, and being challenged. For the rogue cultivators who joined the sect, this life was far better than wandering outside. Every day, they only needed to fight for a few golden cores. In the midst of battle, some men and women developed feelings for each other. Gradually, many ordinary disciples distanced themselves from Liu Juyan. Senior brothers, what's wrong with you? Why haven't you come to see Ruyan lately? Ruyan misses you so much. When would we have time to find you? Those women come to spar with me every day. If we don't cultivate, we'll truly become their personal ATMs. Stay away from me now. I am a man with principles. If you come any closer, I'll have to take action. That male disciple in the middle had finally developed a desire to cultivate. Once the resource supply was restored, the sect could be set back on the right track. Now, the only ones still hanging around Liu Ruyan were Xuan Mingdui and Zheng Kai. Junior's sister, now you know who truly treats you well, right? The day I decided to become your spirit beast, I was determined to follow you. I will stay with you for life. Thank you, two senior brothers. Having you here is truly wonderful. Seeing the sect thriving, Fei Yanyan immediately announced that Liu Ruyan would be expelled from the sect. Meanwhile, Chuan Maiyangui and Zheng Nan unexpectedly defected from Qingyun sect. Qingyun sect began to set things right. The sect was steadily advancing. During this time, the master returned once. He repaid a portion of the snacks. Stay in the sect. As for the rest, you don't need to repay it. But the master didn't say a single word. After I found Zheng Nan and Chuan Maiyangui, I left the sect again. Not long after, I received a letter from the old monk Jin Guang. My disciple has regained his Buddhist heart. In the hidden compartment at the northeast corner of the cave, there are demonic cultivation techniques. Please destroy them without fail. After receiving the news, I rushed without pause to that cave. I found the hidden compartment, but someone had already tampered with it. A figure suddenly flashed through my mind. Liu Ruyan. She might have witnessed the monk hiding the demonic scriptures. After reporting this to Fei Yanyan, I left the sect. I set out to find the three of them. 500 years later, while drinking tea at our tea house on the southern continent, I overheard someone discussing the three demons of Qingyun. I worked over to that person and gave him a pouch of mortal money. When he saw the pouch, his face immediately lit up with joy. Would you be so kind as to tell me about these three demons of Qingyun? These three demons of Qingyun came to our southern continent 500 years ago. Two of them, one man and one woman. One is extremely skilled in forging magical artifacts. Using the trapping immortal cauldron, they refined a once prosperous continent. And the other man and woman. The other man is unmatched information arts. Back then, when the Myral First Sect sent people to hunt them, this man trapped an entire sect with an immortal refining formation. Give it a rest, you old fool, you're just making up lies to fool this young man. What lies am I making up? Young man, you believe me, don't you? Kay, where'd he go? My figure had already left that tea house. At that moment, I was filled with rage. Chuan Maiyangui and Zheng Nan had fallen to demonic cultivation, and their strength had already reached a level of reversal. One day, as I passed by a city, I suddenly caught a whiff of blood, so I entered the city. Inside, some flying monsters were slaughtering the common folk. They stood over 9 feet tall, and their bodies were as restless as carriages. I sensed the situation. There were at least 100 such monsters in the city. They grabbed the people, sucking their kai and blood dry. I drew a lansword. All living people, get down and don't move. 3 breaths later, we recommend. The entire city was severed by our 77 strikes, and all those monsters were slain by my hand. A rift was torn in the space, and who might this be? So it's my sixth junior brother. Do you realize that one strike of yours, 'tis cost me the chance to cultivate with our junior sister tonight? You deserve to die, tee-hee. Let your senior brother grant you release. The figure of Xianxia turtle stepped out from within. His once somewhat handsome face was now covered in strange runes. I leveled my longsword and ran my finger across the blade. The sword emitted a cyan green light. Taharha, release? What a load of nonsense. We are both at the mortal severing stage. Do you think I fear you? Die. Don't be hasty, senior brother. It was Liu Ruyan's voice. She sat on Zhenyan's back as he carried her out. Senior brother Machin, long time no see. Senior brother Machin, join us. Look at how strong we are now. Even a mortal severing cultivated is nothing but a slightly larger ant in my eyes. The three of us are all at the mortal severing stage now. His voice turned seductive and sharp. A sword strike shot forth. The cyan green sword energy surged toward the three. A massive cauldron appeared before them. Since we can't see eye to eye, then please, senior brother Machin, die. Both senior brothers. Whoever can kill him, today I'll cultivate with that one. Junior sister is mine. She is mine. Array patterns lit up all over Zhenyan's body, so he had carved the arrays onto himself. Despite his bulky frame, his speed was not slow at all. He charged at me like a wild beast, just as Zhenyan was about to reach me. Har 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 har. You're too slow, junior brother. Xianxia Dui controlled the cauldron to envelop me. Zhenyan let out an inhuman roar, as if complaining about Xianxia Dui. Trapped onto the massive cauldron, I was plunged into darkness. Clearly, Liu Ruyan had cultivated a demonic monk's technique, while the senior brothers had practiced other demonic arts. They killed people by day to gain cultivation, and at night, they let Liu Ruyan drain them. I let out a light sigh. The deep boat glowed with cyan green light. The massive cauldron was directly shattered by that cyan green radiance. I didn't wait for Xianxia Dui to react. A sword strike shot forth. Xianxia Dui was cut in half at the waist. His soul scattered. Another sword strike shot forth. Zhenyan was cleaved in two by me. The sword energy directly shredded his soul. I worked up to Liu Ruyan. I should have burned you long ago. Please, don't kill me. I can serve you. I know many ways to please you. I swung my sword. This strike shattered over 100 life-saving treasures, yet the sword's momentum remained undiminished. It finally reached Liu Ruyan's neck, and stopped. The purple Dharma image appeared around his body, so he had reached the immortal realm. 100-jang-tall Dharma image stood between heaven and earth. His Dharma image was a purple skeleton, wearing a long dress. Senior brother, am now at the immortal realm. All thanks to the resources from King Yan Sect. Sorry, junior sister, but I am also at the immortal realm. Then a cyan green Dharma image materialized out of thin air, a full 1,000 jang tall. The Dharma image struck down with one palm, shattering the skeleton Dharma image. Liu Ruyan spat out a mouthful of blood. Senior brother. I dismissed my Dharma image, and struck out with my sword. I cut off his head, and shredded his soul. After sheathing my longsword, I took away the three corpses. I sank Zhenyan's body into the sea of the extreme north. I buried Xianxia Dui's corpse in the glaciers of the extreme south. I sent Liu Ruyan's body into the cosmos with my flying sword, ensuring the three of them would never reunite for all eternity.